Alright, today on Cabal Cast, we're going to be Command and Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath to do a 4 vs 4 video commentary. So yeah, I've been inactive for about a week because I got back to work full time. So haven't been paying too much attention on the replay system, and I'm not sure if you can probably tell, but I'm sick as a dog right now. My voice is not myself, and yeah, it's a little crazy, but I don't want to I need to bring some content to my channel every once in a while, so you guys can watch some Kane's Wrath commentaries. So I found this game in the popular replays tab, and it features Photonics, Your Horse. How do you pronounce his name? Sefensi. Okay, I'll just call him Nancy, I guess, because it's easy to pronounce. And Senna on Team 2, and then Team 1 is Gutty, Alexander Cage, Motherfucker, and Alex Yue on Tiberium Gardens version 8. So let's start at the bottom here. This is blue. This is Alexander Yue. He's playing as a GDI faction. Motherfucker is right beside him playing as the red GDI. Gutty is here playing as the green nod, and Alexander Cage is playing as the purple GDI forces. Then yellow here, this is Nancy playing as a Scrin. Over here is Senna's playing as Cyan. Yellow here is Photonics playing as yellow Scrin. And then pink here is Your Horse. So let's just get this game started. Everybody's going to go for spikes. Spike here, spike there, there, and here and there. So they're going to be setting up some defenses. We see some Photonics' buzzer squads are going to go up against Rifleman squads, and looks like Alexander Cage is going to lose on some of his Rifleman squads, but he did manage to capture his own tip spike, which is quite good. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know how well this VOD's going to go, but that engineer from, looks like his Alexander Cage's engineer was almost caught there by that one buzzer squad, but it manages to survive. But we see another buzzer squad from Senna is also going to be hunting down that Tiberium spike as well. So it looks like this may be a lost cause for Alexander Cage because he can't capture that tip spike of the engineer. And he could also do the trick, the foxhole. Oh, buzzer squad has got that foxhole, so that's not good. Looks like Huziel, that's Nancy's got that bunker under his control. But we see a buggy coming out here, and that's going to be preventing that foxhole and buzzer squad from coming up. But we see another one coming here from Photonics, and he will manage to capture that one. What? Oh my god! He also managed to catch it. Nancy, that was lucky. That was super lucky. He managed to get that engineer. Wow. That was clutch. But because all 8 players have got access to blue tib, it doesn't really matter if they use an engineer or not. We see that Photonics has got the imp control center, which is quite good, and 2 tip spikes under his control. He powered down the portal because I don't think he needs it anymore. We see a foundry coming out here from Pink, who's Pink. This is Your Horse. So Your Horse is going to be going for a nerf center. He could probably be fast teching. I'm pretty sure he's he's actually screen vanilla. I thought he was Traveler 59. But as Traveler, you can always go for fast mechapades as well. Just some scouts are calling across the map here. Nancy's going into the base of Alexander Cage just to see some of his Predator tanks. He's got tier 2 command post. I mean, it should be pretty standard for players like this to fast tech because you get access to blue tib, and blue tib just brings in a lot of cash. We see an airfield coming out here from Alexander Cage. Motherfucker, what have you been doing? You've been lots of power plants here. You sure have enough power plants there, buddy? Put sure to get some advanced turbines here. I think he's just fully loading on power plants. I think this might be a waste of money, but that's what he's going to do. It looks like blue here, Alexander UA, is just going to go for a regular macro style gameplay. So, oh yeah, we see a tech lab here from Your Horse. So he's obviously going to go for some mechapades, tripods, or hexapod. Photonics, he's going to be getting some more economy going. He's got a gravity stabilizer. He might go for a double MCV. Senna, what are you doing? You're going to be going for a nerf center, power down, lots of growth accelerators and another nerf center as well. Nancy's also going to go for a nerf center, disintegrator squads, secret tanks, and gun walkers. Lots of Alexander Cage's base has been built inside of Gutty, so I'm not sure what the purpose of this is. Maybe he's worried that he might get double teamed or something. And this could be a very great way to think about it, because then you can just go for some straight orcas or firehawks. I think he might be getting some upgrades from his airfield. Yeah, he's going for firehawks. So, okay, so this is going to be very, very good, because the top team has no idea that firehawks will be coming in, and Your Horse is going to go for a hexapod as well. He's going for double MCV because why not? Lots of blue tip here. It's kind of funny how this blue tip is on the corner rocks here, and it's impossible to get. Let's see, we see a tech lab here. It looks like Gutty has identified that. I'm not sure how, but I'm pretty sure he did. And look at all this tech. This is a lot of tech inside the base of Gutty. So Gutty looks like he's going to be the defensive type of style. He's going for a double... nope, that's just a single war factory. He's blowing up Scorpion tanks, and they do have the dozer blades, so that's going to be good. And we see a nice line formation here of gunwalkers from Senna. So looks like he's just going to do a little bit of damage to those Scorpion tanks, but realistically, Scorpion tanks can't really do much damage. We see some more firehawks are coming in, and they do take down the tech lab. That's really nice, but now a lot of air defenses are going to be coming out now. And we see that your horse is establishing himself inside the center of the map, half the map here, with some corruptors from Photonics. So he may be going for his own hexapod as well. It's kind of funny how that one firehawk is just standing still, and then it's gone. Wow, look at all these firehawks here from motherfuckers. So he's going to be going for very heavy airfield as well. So the bottom team is going for a very heavy airfield, while the top team is going to go for heavy anti-air. And Senna's in the center half of the map here with his technology assembler. He's got not advanced articulators. He's got some attenuated force fields for his gunwalkers, so that's going to be pretty good. Help out his gunwalkers a little bit. Your horse has got his hexapod out somewhere on the map, and the Marv is out by somebody. It could be Alexander Cage, or it could be Alexander UA. Oh, here's the hexapod here from your horse. It's in the base of Alexander UA, and he's in a little bit of trouble right now. He only has pit bulls and a hammerhead to defend against that hexapod, so not too much damage there. MCV, for some reason, is stopped in the tracks of Alexander Cage. There's a second MCV, so he's not really paying attention to it too much. Marfox are coming in, and they're just bombing the hell out of Nancy here. This is just insane amount of firehawks. That's like, what, 2 airfield firehawks? I think they're both from Alexander Cage's firehawks. So that's going to be insane. That's a lot of stuff there. And now he's Cage pushing in with his Marv inside the base of Santa Fe. Fancy, yeah. Nancy, that's what his name is. I haven't seen this guy play before, so yeah. Nancy may be out of the game here because I don't think he's under attack now by APCs, Predator tanks, and a Marv. And we see some firehawks coming in from Motherfucker, and they took a big blow there. He wasted all of their bombs on that one harvester. He did manage to take out the tech lab, but unfortunately, the Stratified a little too late. He lost a lot of firehawks, like what, 4 firehawks, or 4 or 5 firehawks. I don't know how many he lost, but he lost a good number of them. And now that Marv is going to be harvesting that field, so that Nancy cannot get any Tiberium. And we see a Marv has been stuck in the stasis shield as well, and some Juggernauts in the backside of things is firing on the base of your horse. He will lose an extractor, but he has plenty more extractors to boot here, and some devastated warships as well from him as well, and double gravity stabilizer, actually devastated warships. So this could be pretty powerful, although he has to watch out that those slingers do not gain to the range, because they do have the tungsten AA, and those Juggernauts, they need to be firing on that another tripod there. We see, holy Christ, lots of planetary assault carriers from Senna, and he's got the shields on him, so that's going to be pretty powerful. The bottom team needs to get a lot of AA, and they do with these Firehawks, but at the same time, if those packs go into the Ion Storm mode, it's going to be pretty hard for those Firehawks to destroy them. But it's going to be quite good now that the fact that these Firehawks can just take out a bunch of planetary assault carriers, especially when they stack up like that, they'll be primed for destruction. But we see some Spectre artillery coming in from Gutty. Gutty's trying to do like a stealthy base creep as well, placing down some obelisk of lights and some disruption towers, as well as some Spectre artillery firing on the base of Senna. Actually, that extractor belongs to Nancy here. Nancy's base has been decimated by Alexander Cage. Cage has finally got that base under his control. Get some more green Tiberium inside there, as well as Gutty is getting his refineries in order as well. We see a shockwave artillery coming in. It's over here. That wasn't the best shockwave artillery because that just damaged a couple of tripods and just destroyed them. Some ammo tanks with some railguns as well as motherfuckers, and some juggernauts as well with grenadiers just firing on the base of that warp chasm, and will not complete the hexapod as well. So we see a lot of action going on here with the devastated warships, and planetary assault carriers are coming in to the base of Gutty. Gutty's placing a lot of base defenses down, and some firehawks are coming in with destruction of all these forces with the another choppers. There's so much action going on here. I can't keep up. and it's just dropping my frames down. Holy Christ, my frames went from like 30 FPS up to 65 FPS. So that was just insane. That's a lot of action there. And the station shield as well is just blocking the war factory and refinery and the obelisk of lights. But Senna is losing his footing in this game here. He lost a lot of his packs, and his packs aren't moving out of position here. But at the same time, they're just focusing on the MCV, which I think has a laser field on it. But at the same time, the Venoms here are just taking control of those packs. And they're doing a lot of damage to the backside of things. We also see a rift generator on photonics, but I'm not going to give this go back to that location here until that all these Pioneer Assault Carriers have been destroyed, and Senna might have to go back to the drawing board. He still has a lot of production with his Pioneer Assault Carriers. He's got 3 gravity stabilizers, so he's intent on going some more packs. But with this amount of air, anti-air from Gutty and Alexander Cage, it's going to be pretty hard for him to stop. So we see that, where's the rift generator? It's right here, which is actually a good location for that rift generator. So I'm actually really happy to see that location there instead of there or here or there or this or whatever. But more gravity stabilizers from Senna. Wow, his packs is really coming to blows here. And as soon as he gets to critical mass, it's going to be pretty hard for the bottom team to stop that. Especially just when they're throwing all their money into epic units and whatnot. But with this amount of Pioneer Assault Carriers, these slingshots are coming in, as well as an Overlord's Wrath, and they did some major damage to those 2 Juggernauts as well. But at the same time, there's just a lot of devastating warships here, and I think one, I'm not sure if one of them was heroic or not. No, I'm just seeing things. So this side here, the base here of Motherfucker and Alexander UA is being heavily attacked here by Senna's anti-air armada. And the Erect Hexapod, which by the way is elite, is crushing all these Juggernauts. And the Hexapod as well from Photonics as well is crushing everything in its paths. Motherfucker and Alexander Cage. Oh, we see a heroic Hexapod. That's going to do major damage to this bottom team's base. And this base is probably as good as dead as far as I can see. And there's just insane amount of damage here. We see coming here. We see a lot of APCs that managed to sneak around the back and destroy Senna's main base. This is quite good. This is quite good for Alexander Cage, because then he took out Nancy's units. I think Nancy's out of the game. Yeah, he's out of the game. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, he's out of the game. And now Alexander Cage is focusing on Senna's main base, which I think he might be a low power, but I'm not too sure. But all his tech was there. So I don't think he can build any more packs, which kind of sucks. But this force right here is moving in as well. Photonics, the drone's placed a drone platform right there. And his Red Hexapod, which is veteran, is just moving into the base now of Alexander UA and Motherfucker. They may be able to hold off here, but at the same time, their base is being murdered up north. So Alexander Cage is keeping the top half of the map safe, just in case that, you know, Senna want to go back to that force right there. But a lot more Pioneer Assault Carriers are coming into the fold here. Gutty's using his Venoms as well to take care of the small ships from the Pioneer Assault Carriers, and that's a good way to think about it. But if you destroy the Pioneer Assault Carriers a lot faster, you get a lot better veterancy for your Venoms, and that's exactly what he's doing, following up with some Slingers as well, and to keep epping that heroic Hexapod before it does any damage. Although there's a lot of tripods here from your horse. What, 3, 6, 9 tripods, and that's a lot of tripods there. So the team with the Hexapod and the tripods is just moving into the base of Motherfucker, destroying a lot of stuff. And with this in mind, Gutty is using a lot of stealth powers to his advantage, but what he doesn't, he's lacking a lot of base defenses. But here come the Hammerheads, and they do have the Zone Raiders in them, which names it as Zone Heads. And the Zone Heads are just destroying all these unprotected tripods, and these tripods are going to be great for Gutty, because then he can just capture all of them, and he's going to have a lot of tripods at his disposal. There's a lot of Zone Heads here, so those Zone Heads will come in very good potential capabilities. In the meantime, Alexander Cage, with his Elite Marv, is moving into the base of Senna, and Senna's force has been decimated. I think that might be Senna's last structure. Nope, he has 2 more gravity stabilizers here. I'm not sure what else he can build. He might be able to go for some Storm Riders, but that's probably about it. I don't see a Tech Lab anywhere for him. So that kind of sucks for Senna. He was in the driver's seat, but he did keep his base safe well enough from all these APCs. That's quite a bit of APCs if you ask me, so I'm not sure what the point of that is, but yeah, there's just a lot of APCs. I guess he was expecting a lot of Incinerator squads, but Alexander Cage is just carrying the bottom team right now and just pushing into the base of the topside team. Actually, Senna's managed to place his cylinder transmitter right here, which is quite good. So these APCs are obviously for anti-air. I forgot about that. And while the bottom team is just keeping a hold on the top base right here, these hexapods, 2 heroic hexapods. But here come the hammerheads now, and the hammerheads are focusing on the Elriker hexapod. One will get teleported away, and I'm not sure where the other one is, but these zone heads now are just getting absolutely massacred. That heroic hexapod, it needs to get emped so it doesn't get destroyed. But all these APCs, I think I've seen one heroic APC in there, but they all got teleported on that tripod there, or hexapod. And now that Marv is under the attack by the hexapod, I'm not sure if that was an empty shot or anything like that, but all those zone heads destroyed, and Alexander Cage's Marv has been destroyed as well. So he did very good for that type of thing, and now we see these allied tripods are getting under control of Gutty. So that's going to be pretty good. But now with this scenario, we see some behemoths now are destroying this base from afar, and that's pretty good just to keep Photonics and Your Horse inside their base. In the meantime, that Rift Generator is down to 1 minute and 3 minutes, 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I wonder where he's going to fire it. I think he might be firing. I think the best way to fire it would be here because there's a lot of firehawks tech. That might be pretty good, but we'll see what Photonics decides to do with it. Had to get a drink of water. So, this hexapod, it's going to be, it might get destroyed. Well, it's going to be pretty hard to destroy a hexapod when it's heroic like that, and there's like 3 shock troopers inside the hexapod when it's getting repaired. Pretty easy by those corruptors. So, I guess the best option would just be go for some EMP buggies, which Gutty does have, and this is going to be pretty good for him, is if he can get that hexapod amped or not. But down to 40 seconds with that Rift Generator. Also, another good place to fire would be at this forest here, but too bad they wouldn't be able to see what Photonics wouldn't be able to see what this force is capable of doing. But if it can time it properly right, this would be a major blow for Alexander Cage and Gutty, because there's a lot of tech right here, and the Redeemer has just blown off as well. So he needs to fire the Rift Generator within seconds. But I think Gutty and Alexander Cage are trying to destroy that Rift Generator before it goes off, and I'm not sure if it's going to go off in time. If it's going to fire somewhere, it's going to fire right here. So, I mean, it wasn't the best, but it's going to take out all these tripods. So that was actually not too bad of a Rift Generator, and all these husks are primed for the taking. And now the Rift Generator just barely survives, but there's a lot of APCs inside the base right here of Photonics and Your Horse. So it could be pretty bad, especially since when there's tripods coming in and taking out all those APCs. The base from Alexander UA has been cleaned out. I'm not sure what he has left. Looks like Your Horse has been focusing on that base for the entire time, and now he's moving into the base of Motherfucker, where he is doesn't have very many defenses here. He has a lot of power plants, but unfortunately these tripods cannot shoot the aircraft. So that mine drop was really late. And with these tripods comes with more husks for the team to take. And now that the APCs have made it to the base of Photonics, and Photonics is just basically going and just got into the base here. I'm not sure if Senna has been defeated. He's still in this mismatch. I'm not sure how or why. But he's got some Storm Miners, and I think this could be good for map control. But I'm not sure how much money he has left. And now that heroic hexapod from Photonics is just going to be attacking. And with this, the Raider Buggies finally get the EMP off on that Marv. But there's not a whole lot of force to deal with. Alexander Cage is going for some more zone heads, and that could be pretty good. But with 2 heroic hexapods, it's going to be pretty tough for the bottom side team to control this. So we'll see what happens. Letting spike down there, nothing too serious. So the hammerheads now are attacking that heroic hexapod, but I think, to be honest, they should not do that because he lost like what 4 hammerheads unnecessarily. He's trying to kite, but with the heroic hexapod, one shot can destroy a hammerhead. That was really bad. He should have waited until the hexapod was empty, like right now. Then it would have done a lot of damage. But he wasted all of his zone heads on that heroic hexapod and got one-shotted every single time. That was not good. Not good by Alexander Cage. But he has a lot of zone troopers now. They do have the scanner packs, so they actually would be able to see pretty far ahead. So now, the hexapods now can't really match up against those zone raiders, or zone troopers, I should say. But we'll see what happens here. We see a tip fade detonation coming in, and that's going to take out the shields for the tripods, but not much else. So now these two heroic hexapods are just going to be pushing into the base here, and that Redeemer goes down. You get 750 credits from that location here as well. But the zone troopers, they're going to be firing on the hexapod, and the Marv finally comes out here from Alexander Cage again. So he definitely needs to be doing some work on that, but with the heroic hexapod and tripods on the backside of things, that Marv instantly dead. That's probably the fastest Marv built and the fastest Marv destroyed I've ever seen. So that was not good. It's a couple of slingshots in here, which are heroic. That's a big surprise. Back over here, we see some more zone heads are coming in, but they're getting kited as well by that heroic hexapod, and tripods are going down as well. These zone troopers, they need to fire on that heroic hexapod and destroy it. I'm not sure if Gutty has the money to build some more buggies, but he's focusing on the hexapod that's down here, and Photonics is really going aggressive with his MCV, bringing it really closer to that stuff right here so he can place down some more plasma missile batteries to control the hammerheads so that they don't destroy the hexapod. And the hexapod from your horse is just squishing all the forces here. So the topside team looks like it's going to be in line for a win, but there's just random skirmishes all across the map here that I'm not too sure how the bottom side team is going to survive this. The Redeemer's been rebuilt again, and it's been pinned up again with a with the flamethrower. I'm not sure if that was the best option, but some vertical bombers are coming in as well. Those are from Gutty, and takes down the drone platform of Photonics. So that's a good start. Still's got to get rid of those plasma missile batteries. I would have placed down maybe a couple of rocket squads, because rocket squads is a lot better and take range against those hexapods than, say, the flame tank. Single APC up there. So yeah, the game has been slowed down just a little bit. I'm not even sure why Sen is still in the match here. He doesn't have a refinery. Does he have any tips placed to his name? I'm just gonna scout Senna. Yeah, he doesn't have any money left. I think he's just using this to scout. So yeah, I think once that's done, Senna will probably be defeated. The bottom side team manages to hold the top side team for now. And I think Motherfucker is probably in the worst position, I would say, because he doesn't have an MCV. He does have a crane, so that's something. Actually, I don't think he has a crane. I think that might be Alexander UA's crane. I can't even tell. It looks like it's red, so I guess I'm assuming it's his. Yeah, it actually was Alexander Cage's. So the hexapod's coming in, and it's going to finish off the base of Motherfucker. So Motherfucker may have been defeated. I'm not sure if he built an MCV or not. Actually, he did build an MCV. It's in Alexander UA's original location. And now Alexander Cage is going to be building up some Juggernauts as well, and Behemoths. So that's going to might be pretty good. That hexapod is finishing off the rest of the forces that Motherfucker has. So this base is free to work. I'm not sure if he has enough money for a refinery. I think he might. He might or might not. Capture Tripod here from Motherfucker is just going to be screwing around in the base of your horse. So not too much trouble. Double drone platform here from him. And lots of tripods here as well. We see that hexapod has been emped and phased, so that kind of sucks. The tripods here are also keeping that hexapod phase, which is quite good. So to rescue the hexapod, the tripods are coming in, but they're going to get taken out by the zone troopers and the venoms here. So that's not good, which means this hexapod, once it's out of phase, it can't get teleported. So that's not going to be good. This hexapod is definitely going to destroy once it gets out of phase. So I just wanted to see it get destroyed from a good location, and we'll see what the damage is. There's a lot of firepower right now on that hexapod, and right now it's still in phase, but there's a lot of venoms here, so that's going to be good. I'm not sure how that. Okay, it finally gets out of amp, and it gets amp. Oh, what? What happened? That hexapod was going to be destroyed 100%. I guess he just didn't have any tripods nearby. They had it. So I'm guessing, looks like, Motherfucker's still alive. Photonics is down here with his drone platform. Another tripod, which is elite, is going to get controlled by the mastermind. Hexapod now is going to be moving into the base now of Alexander Cage and Gutty. Some base defenses are firing on that thing, but they need to watch out that the tripods don't come in and try to amp him. But he gets sent anyway by the Brady Buggy. That was nice. Some mines are coming in, and that's going to take care of all the corruptors. That was very nice. And now the tripod is going to get amp that to Hexapod, and it might get destroyed. Somebody's drone platform went down. I'm not sure who that was. Oh, we see a drone platform has been captured by Alexander Cage. That was really huge. So Photonics is down one drone platform, and that station shield from Photonics is going to save his own Hexapod. So he needs to phase that immediately as soon as that comes out. But for somehow, Alexander Cage managed to capture that drone platform, which is finally his. And he's trying to capture some more tech labs, but that's not going to work. But there's some base defenses here. You might as well sell off the drone platform. And I don't think he has a gravity salvage. Well, he has another drone platform, so that's fine. But that hexapod has been destroyed. So a heroic hexapod has been destroyed, which means there's one heroic hexapod left, and somehow there's a heroic firehawk from Alexander Cage. That is pretty cool. So the bottom team is making a little bit of a comeback here. These Venoms here were supposed to be for scouting purposes, and there's a lot of Juggernauts here, and they're just raining down terror. And this heroic slingshot is focusing on that drone ship, which has done absolutely nothing yet, and it needs to land like right now before it gets destroyed by that superly heroic overpiece slingshot. But it finally places down, but it's not going to matter because there's some Juggernauts here, and Photonics is just beacon to his allies saying he needs some help. Motherfucker has regained control of that tripod, and it's back. It's his now, and it could be getting pretty close to heroic status. So that's gonna be pretty good for Motherfucker, doing a lot of damage with that another tripod and getting a veteran, and or getting a veteran then elite. But it might get destroyed by that another tripod, and I think it probably will. So yeah, it does get destroyed. So that kind of sucks. We see another drone platform is being built by Photonics, and it's just going to be going up here. It's going to be landing to save itself, but the heroic Firehawk was a little bit late to the party, and he may get destroyed if that plasma missile battery gets it within range. But we see that the hexapod from Your Horse was trying to do just a little bit of crushing, but it got caught in the tripods, and the tripods are just going to keep it empty while it gets phased so that the Juggernauts can focus on the rest of the bases right here. But Photonics is just building non-stop drone platforms just to save himself. He has like, what, 3 or 4 now, I think? He's got 4. So that's a lot of drone platforms. But he's trying to keep in touch with all of them, but he lost another one of them. So Your Horse has been defeated. I'm guessing he lost his heroic hexapod. No, he didn't. But all the bases have been destroyed. So yeah, so Photonics has been defeated, so it looks like the bottom team wins. Very cool game. 27 minutes, not so long. Yeah, so units scrapped, structures, resources, and stats. So, let's see. Team 1 was Gutty, Alexander Cage, Motherfucker, and Alexander UA. 1,037,648. And then Team 2, Photonics, Your Horse, Nancy, and Senna. 919,716 to Team 2, so that's an extra 90,000 in favor of Team 1. Okay, so there's your game on Tiberium Gardens number 8. Sorry if I was sounding a little bit sick today, but I'm hoping to get better for next week's VOD, and I'll see you guys on next time.